Hi everybody, my name is Cade.
I'm Jaden.
I'm Eli.
I'm Jason.
And we're here into our YouTube channel.
And we thank you guys very, very much for hanging out with us. We appreciate all of you guys. All of you guys out there, we consider our family, and we hope that you guys would consider us your family. And the people of Yah are a very limited group. There's not a tremendous amount of law keepers out there. We're the people who believe that the laws, statutes, and commandments that are found in Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy are called the Torah. And it is this set of guidelines, it is a set of rules and regulations, it is a set of ways that our Creator has created that He wants us to behave. He gave us a road and a path, and the path is not always paved with ease. The path is paved with obedience, and most people don't get that obedience. And you ask any one of these Christian religions, nobody there likes obedience. It's a mess. And you look at the Torah keepers of today, and if you're looking for examples of people who are like shining lights, well, you look on YouTube, and these Torah keepers are all just a mess. They're a mess. There's all sorts of evil within these groups, and it all always looks like to me like a money grab. It looks like a cash grab for everything that they are doing, for pretending that they are people of Yah, and they are not becoming of the people of Yah. And there's just a tremendous amount of things that are coming out about all of these different groups of so-called people that everyone looks up to as far as being what they think are Torah keepers. But at the end of the day, they're mixed up with evil. They're mixed up with great evil of all sorts of things. And it doesn't take too long to put together the pieces of who is serving Yah and who isn't serving Yah. And it just, if you're looking for examples in the YouTube Torah community, you're not going to find it. The people are corrupted, and it seems like that's everywhere. And so the people of Yah are people that are not corrupted. They are the people that love their neighbor as themselves. They love our Elohim with all their heart, with all their mind, with all their soul. And they want the kingdom to come. They want a righteousness within a society. We are the people that want evil to be gone, and we want to live in a world of Messiah ruling, our Messiah, Yahushua. And so with that, gentlemen, how you guys doing?
Good.
Does anybody have a joke? Nothing? Guys, come on, man. You're leading me down this road. All right. Did you guys hear about the fire at the circus?
No.
Anyone? Nobody heard about the fire at the circus? It was completely intense. I just had to roll that one out there since you guys are keeping it to the dad jokes, since nobody's out here helping me. It should be dad and son jokes at this time, but it's not. Guys, for anybody that is looking for Yah's scriptures, if you are looking to change a prisoner's life, this is the way to do it. If you want to change your life, this is the way to do it. This is a $64 book. It's 103 books. It is large, guys. It's almost 3-inch spine on this sucker. It is a massive book. It has 3 different bookmarks in it. It is on its way. The people in India are printing up. They're getting all the final stuff. We're seeing it in production. We're seeing it being moved, and we hope by the end of February, early March, that we will have all these, and we will be able to deliver these en route to all of you guys who have placed your orders. And guys, there's also a lot of other books. I'm going to go over some of the other books. There's the Testament of the 12, which is now on Amazon. And we have, if you guys go under the, at the top, there's a shop. And if you go under the books, there's some of the stuff there right now, but there's a tremendous amount of small books on Amazon. 100% of the revenues for every one of the Amazon books goes directly to the prisoners. So if somebody orders 10 of the Book of Enoch or 10 of the Book of Adam and Eve, and they want to distribute that, that's going to put several Bibles into prisons. And so Miss Nicole has some kind of math she's coming over here telling me right now as she's thinking, looking up in the sky.
Because we sold 10 in December, 5 in November, and I think 7 in October.
And this is from Amazon, guys. And
all 3 of those combined, there's like $70 that we get. So that'll be 2 Bibles
Okay.
that we can put in.
so essentially, for everybody who has purchased anything from Amazon, if you guys have bought Yah Scripture stuff, the actual books on Amazon, so we did like, what'd you say, 13? Somewhere around there? Was it 13?
No, it's more than that. It's 10, 5
we're
and
figuring it
7.
out.
22.
So
Okay, 22. So we don't mark Amazon up very much. We only mark Amazon up like $2 or $3, and so the printing is essentially it's almost at cost, and there's only a couple bucks extra on top of that because we want everybody to get these scriptures. We want everybody to get these books and be able to do this. But so for whatever it was, we were able to get 2 scriptures. We will be able to get 2 scriptures, and you can go to yahscriptures.com now, and not only download these absolutely free, but there's also a place where we are going to be listing every scriptures that we get out. And if you guys are donating, the one thing about all of these Bible vendors is they're so corrupt. And we found that with the Holy Scriptures, we found that with the RSCNE, we found that with everywhere. And you're not going to find that here at Yah Scriptures. And so we're showing all accounting. All accounting is going to be wide open. You guys will be able to see it. You guys will be able to see every prisoner, where your donation went to, the person it went to. And if you guys would like to minister to these prisoners and talk to them, we have lists and lists and lists of people that are extremely receptive to Yah's words and would love to get in some sort of a pen pal thing with you guys. And so, guys, don't forget the prisoners. These guys are extremely big-hearted guys. They may have done some great evil, and they definitely have. The guys we talked to, like several of them have shot people multiple times in the back as they're fleeing, kind of things. But they were all hooked on drugs. They were all hooked on the world. They were all hooked on this crazy stuff, and now they're stuck for the rest of their lives. And yes, they did murder. Yes, they did crazy stuff. But there's no sin that's not forgivable except for blaspheming of the Ruach HaKodesh. And so we're called to take care of the prisoners, the real orphans, widows, and lepers, the stuff that the Holy Scriptures has completely abandoned for 13 years. And now we have a chance at making this right. And we would love to have your help with this and get these scriptures out. And so every scriptures that is ordered, guys, you are helping the prisoners. All right, gentlemen, we are on Joshua 7. Anyone want to give a quick recap, Kate? What happened?
Israel's gone into captivity like 3 or 4 times now since Joshua died.
Hold up. All right. So that was all the dogs in the house and one dog sneaking up in the front door and freaking everybody out. So you don't really come and go without everybody knowing you're coming and going. That's just the doghouse, man. We are in the dog pound. So here we are. Okay, so keep on going, Cubs.
All right, after Joshua died, he's thrown into captivity 3 or 4 times. They keep sinning. They keep raising up Baals. They keep raising up idols. They keep raising up all these things. And Yahuwah keeps sending deliverers after time in captivity. He keeps sending people to save them and to put them back on the narrow path. But after that person dies, they go right back to their sinful ways. And now we're here with Gideon, and he is testing Yah. He's like, "Are you really going to be the guy to deliver us? Are you really going to send me out there?" And so he puts all these tests. He puts his fleece out there to draw on the outside, wet on the inside, wet on the outside, draw on the outside, things like that. And he's throwing tests and trying to get Yah to prove that he is the real Yah.
Now you mentioned this narrow path thing, and I've seen it in the Bibles. You see it all the way in scriptures. That it always talks about this narrow path, and it talks about not going to the left or to the right. It talks about staying right on this path. What does that mean exactly? What is the narrow path, anyone?
The narrow path is it's a straight path. It's a path that nobody walks. It's a path that you pretty much walk alone through your life because nobody else follows it. And it's a path of following the Torah. It's a path of following the commandments and living a peculiar life because you do not celebrate the holidays. You do not celebrate Sunday worship. You will be celebrating Shabbat. You will be celebrating the feast. You will be not eating the food everyone else eats. So it is a narrow path where everyone else walks the wide path where everybody walks down and everybody else walks together on the path that is wide and it leads to death.
Yeah. Wow, we're already in this 8 minutes and 50 seconds. Is that crazy? I was like looking at that. I can't believe we must have just yacked it up or something for 8 minutes. All right, well, let's get into the lesson here. The reading. Why do you guys suppose before that? Why do you suppose they nicknamed this guy or renamed him Yerubal?
Oh, we talked about it yesterday.
He's like,
But why would you name him that? Why it's like renaming yourself like?
I think it's a curse. I don't think Gideon named himself that. I think the people call him that because
Yeah, I mean we're not supposed to mention any mighty ones' names, and you end up with a name of Yerubal. Yerubal. Okay, and Yerubal, that is Gideon, and all the people who were with him rose up early and encamped by Ain Kerad. So the camp of Midian was on the north side of them by the hill of Morah in the valley. And Yahuwah said to Gideon, "The people who are with you are too many for me to give Midian into their hands, lest Yisrael boast against me, saying, 'My own hand has saved me.' And now proclaim in the hearing of the people, saying, Whoever is afraid and trembling, let him turn back and leave Mount Gilead. And 22,000 of the people turned back, while 10,000 remained. So you lost 2/3. For anybody who was shaking in their boots, quivering, didn't want ready for war, you lost 2/3 of all the people turned back right there. So they didn't want to be there anyway. Okay. And Yahuwah said to Gideon, the people are still too many. Bring them down to the water, and let me prove them for you there. And it shall be that of whom I say to you, this one goes with you, let him go with you. And of whoever I say to you, this one does not go with you, let him not go. So he brought the people down to the water, and Yahuwah said to Gideon, everyone who laps the water with his tongue as a dog laps, separate him from everyone who bows down on his knees to drink. Now, I'd have to talk to, I thought about this, and we've seen slow motion pictures of how a dog drinks. Most people have no idea how a dog actually drinks. We all know the dog sits there and laps of water with his tongue, but what most people do not see, and you can only see in a slow motion flick, is that the dog is lapping the tongue all the way down, and from the top, it curls down under the tongue into a little cup. It goes backwards. Their tongue goes backwards. And so it pulls the water back up into their mouth in a cup. It's not just taking its little tongue and flicking it across the water and trying to get it. As it goes down, it cups a whole bunch of water and sucks that back in. So there is way more to dogs lapping water than most people know. And so let's talk about that real quick. So they're going to, Yah is going to have the people that either drink like a dog or not drink like a dog. When you guys drink water from a stream or from something else, do you guys lap it like a dog, or you guys suck it down with your lips?
I haven't been water covered in my hand.
Yeah, that's one way of doing it. But for the times you guys have ever taken a drink out of something somewhere, if you guys can remember it, taking a drink, do you lap the water or do you suck it up?
Well, you suck it up. Yeah.
Does it make, when you drink water from a cup, do you lap your water?
No.
Does anything go under your tongue?
I don't think so. I mean, just making a mess.
Or you're using these amazing lips that our Creator has given to us that have it's an amazing function. Everything about our body is simply amazing. But I found that very fascinating because I don't think these guys are actually down there lapping water like a dog. But let's continue on. And I think the point of it was that if you're I guess what you would call civilized and throw the water in your hand, suck it up like that, or the guys that are just like sucking the water up, that's how he distinguished. I don't think it's like bad that you would like suck water like a dog or something of the sort. It's just how he was changing that. But considering we have so many dogs, I thought that was interesting. Okay, where are we at? Verse
4?
No, it runs close to 7, right? 6. Maybe 6. Okay. Is it 4?
I'm pretty sure we.
So he brought the people down to the water, and Yahuwah said to Gideon, everyone who laps water with his tongue as a dog laps, separate him from everyone who bows down on his knees to drink. And the number of those who lapped, putting their hands to their mouth, was 300 men, and all the rest of the people bowed down on their knees to drink water. Any thoughts on that situation or any of that, just the whole reasoning? I just thought it was fascinating.
Maybe he chose the people who were like, did it more civilized or like more.
I just think it was a way to get, people. I mean, the first thing you do, if people find clean water and you're really, really thirsty, you're going to put your head down in that water and you're going to suck this thing up, and it's going to be the greatest thing you ever had. You're going to suck a lot of it up. So I don't think the guys that were like, civilized without the cups in their hand, I don't think it was a big deal. Okay. And Yahuwah said to Gideon, by the 300 men who lapped, I save you, and shall give Midian into your hand. Let all the people go, each to his place. And the people took food and their ram's horns in their hands. And he sent away all the rest of Israel, each to his tent, but kept those 300 men. Now the camp of Midian was below him in the valley. So this is the first time the movie 300 was ever produced, right? 300. Yeah, anyone. That's an old satanic Babylonian movie. But it was about 300 guys, but they were the dudes from Sparta. And let's continue. 10. But if you are afraid to go down, you and your Purah, your servant, you and Purah, your servant, to the camp. And you shall hear what they say. And after that, let your hands be strengthened, and you shall go down against the camp. So he went down with Purah, his servant, to the edge of the armed men who were in the camp. And Midian and Amalek and all the people of the east were lying in the valley as many as locusts, and their camels were as numerous as the sand by the seashore. There's that accounting again, that as numerous as the sand on the seashore. We've heard that before. Lots of people relate to their thoughts on how many people there were by saying, yeah, it's as much as the sand on the seashore. But in reality, if you took 2 handfuls of sand, that's going to be way more than all of these people altogether. There's just a tremendous amount of sand in the little size scoops. Okay, 13. And Gideon came, and see, a man was relating a dream to his companion and said, see, I had a dream, and see, a loaf of barley bread tumbled into the camp of Midian. And it came to a tent and smote it so that it fell and overturned, and the tent fell down. And his companion answered and said, this is none else than the sword of Gideon, son of Joash, a man of Yisrael. Elohim has given Midian and all the camp into his hand. And it came to be when Gideon heard this dream related and its interpretation that he bowed himself down, and he returned to the camp of Yisrael and said, arise, for Yahuwah has given the camp of Midian into your hand. And he divided the 300 men into 3 companies, and he put a ram's horn into the hands of all of them, with empty jars and torches inside the jars.
Now, where do you get 300 rams horns?
From
Rams?
150 rams.
Find a lot of rams.
Yeah, 150 large rams. I would imagine. I don't know. I'm sure they had all these kind of things. Now, what's interesting here, they put some fire into empty jars. What do you guys know of fire and going into a jar?
Sounds like a lantern to me, honestly.
Probably making like on fire.
Would you put a lid on this jar?
No, you lose like oxygen.
I'd say more like cocktail things. Really.
You're not going to be able to put something in there without oxygen. So the lanterns, and what we're talking about is we're talking like 300 dudes. Lanterns inside a jar, so the top of it, more than likely, you're going to see the light coming out of it. So it's not like they're going to be invisible. However, you could put like a little tiny lid or something on it and give it enough oxygen and keep that thing burning. But I was wondering about this, right? Because you got 300 dudes, and it's going to look like fireflies, right? It's like a march of fireflies coming up. Something's going to be going on. So I don't know. I don't know how it actually went down, but I thought that was very interesting. Anyone else have anything on that? No. Anything else piquing your interest? Okay, let's go. And he said to them, watch me and do likewise. And see, when I come to the edge of the camp, do as I do. And I shall blow the ram's horn, and I and all those with me. Then you shall also blow the ram's horns round about all the camp, and say, for Yahuwah and for Gideon. All right, so Gideon's getting into this.
So he wants his praise?
Yeah, Yahuwah's like, make sure you say it's for Yahuwah. And Gideon's like, wait, what about me? For us both. No. Now, 300 ram's horns. The ram's horns are kind of loud, and this is kind of in the middle of the night. I'm sure these guys are partying. I'm sure they're kind of loud in their camp. But if they got surrounded, and that's the thing, is in the darkness, they have no idea how many people are out there. And some people, I mean, it gets pretty loud. I mean, we blow our little ram's horns here. Just all of us together, it's pretty loud. So having these homeboys, and they probably got like 3-foot ram's horns, right? They probably got these big old honking things that'll sit there and blast the fur right off the trees. So it was loud, is the bottom line. Okay, 19. And Gideon and the 100 men who were with him came to the edge of the camp at the beginning of the middle of watch. And as they had but newly posted the watch, and they blew the ram's horns and broke the jars that were in their hands. So what's that going to do, guys, when you have fire inside a jar and you smash that?
I mean, did they hit the fire out of the jars?
It's going to be one step below like a Molotov cocktail. In fact, it could be like a Molotov cocktail because you don't know what these lamps are. The lamps could very well be kerosene. Could be completely burning inside of that. So when what's going to happen when you have 300 dudes blowing their horns and 300 dudes chucking fire-laden vases at people?
A lot of fire. It's gonna freak around.
Fire's gonna be everywhere. They're not gonna be able to put this stuff out, especially if it's dry. I don't know if it's dry season there or what it is, but if it's not raining, this is going to be a horrific fire. It's gonna really, really mess with people. Okay. And each stood in the place round about the camp, and the army ran and cried out and fled. And the 300 blew the ram's horns, and Yahuwah put the sword of each one against the other throughout all the camp. And the army fled to Bet Shaita towards Zerah, as far as the border of Vel, Mekhalah by Tabbath. And the men of Yisrael were called from Naphtali, and from Asher, and from Manasseh, and pursued Midian. Then Gideon sent messengers throughout all the mountains of Ephraim, saying, "Come down to meet Midian, and capture from them the watering places as far as Bet Bara and the Yarden." So all the men of Ephraim were called and captured the watering places as far as Bet Bara and the Yarden. And they captured 2 princes of Midian, Oreb and Zeeb, and slew Oreb at the rock of Oreb. And Zeeb they slew at the winepress of Zeeb, while they pursued Midian. And they brought the heads of Oreb and Zeeb to Gideon beyond the Yarden. Now, do you think the rock of Oreb was called the rock of Oreb until they cut his head off there? Or they killed him?
I don't know.
Would he just die at his place called the Rock of the Oreb? It's his name.
They probably named it after him. Afterwards.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I think that's an identifier. Unless the dude had like some special rock or something, they killed him at his like house. This is my house.
This is my lucky rock.
Yeah, we're killing you here. This is your rock,
This
friend.
is my rock. All right.
You were gonna die at your rock, Oreb. Okay. Well, anyway, that's it, guys. Well, thank you guys very, very much for hanging out with us, for discussing this stuff with us, for just checking out the Word of Yah. These people are all in these kind of issues because of the way that they did not keep the laws, statutes, and commandments of our Creator. This is the same thing that we are attempting, trying to get everybody out there to be encouraged to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments of our Creator. Something that is priceless. You can't put a price on your soul. And for anybody who understands the fires of Gehinnom and understands the place that, the people who are not accepted by Yah go, that's why it's very, very expensive. You can't put a price on eternity, and eternity is a very long time. None of us understand what eternity is because time just seems like it's, 1 day, 2 days, a year passes, this goes. We don't get it. Eternity is forever. Our Creator has existed forever. And so this time that we are in, which seems like forever, it's going to be nothing. And we need to set our lives and set our families' lives and set our heart on the kingdom to come and set our heart on the mind of what Yahushua will want us to do. And so there's a lot of room for all of us to grow. There's a lot of room for all of us to get to where we need to get. And it starts at the Torah, and it starts with the faith of Messiah Yahushua. So thank you guys very, very much. Love y'all. Have a good day.
All right, shalom.